Why bolt checks are important. So we remind our clients all the time to keep an eye on the torque on the critical parts of their bike. It's not an excuse just to go tighten things. You're going to have different problems if you end up doing that. But you are checking the torque and making sure things are properly snug. So for me, this is particularly important kind of early in the lifespan, particularly of cockpit bits. And we have a couple write-ups on this talking about fastener yield and a little bit of stretch. And basically, this was the third ride on my new Mondraker, and kind of get some data for another write-up. And I had been thinking I should probably do a bolt check prior to this ride, and just didn't. Ended up doing something else and didn't. So, showing you some of the footage because basically it was probably about halfway through my ride when I finally did have a bit of an issue. There was nothing that led up to me knowing like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna end up having a bar roll on the stem. So some of the more riding, just kind of more of the same of this sort of stuff. And then what you're gonna end up seeing is go out on a fire road and end up heading into the next single track. And it's not devastating, it's just really minor. You can just see it in the slow-mo where the tag logo kind of rolls back a little bit. Right there. But once that happens, the bike is loose. So I'm going to show it to you maybe in frame by frame. I really like this cockpit, by the way. I like the 40mm bars on this bike. So it just rolls slightly. Once that's happened, I've got two things going on. One is I know I've got a problem. So I need to quickly get the bike back under the most control that I can have. And if I can avoid damaging myself, number one, and the bike, number two. But you're going to see that I'll end up kind of driving my feet forward on the bike so I can get weight on both the front and rear wheel without a lot of load into the bars, and just get a handful of brakes and go ahead and rein it in. So not that big of a deal. It looked like, I don't have any measurement tools to really check it. I use those favors for other things from my friends who have that level of labs. But I think I had a little bit of yield on all four of the stem bolts because there was a gap at the top of my race face stem where they are designed to be put together. So here's a little bit later on that same trail. Here's a place where you probably want that bar definitely not moving on you, because if you're going to put the bike down, it's going to hurt through there. So point is, happens to everybody. Do check your torque and make sure that your bike is ready for each ride.